Local live show Wednesday Newsline. Hello. I'd like to welcome you to Wednesday Newsline today. I'm up and running again. I'm making another podcast. Hope you enjoy my show today. There wasn't much going on now in the news today, as I was saying there. There was more about the certain gentleman there in America, Mr. Trump, and he's still, according to the news, he's still going to go for it, I think, and I don't know who's going to vote for him. I was just going to go through now the RT news here. It just says about Williamson quits U.S. government after bullying allegation. That story is Britain Cabinet Officer Minister calls Gavin Williams has resigned, saying a series of allegations against him were becoming a distraction for the good work the government is doing. So that's about him there. That's the story there on the number one story there. And then it just says more about Facebook there. Meta set to begin laying off employees. Between Twitter and between Facebook, it's a terrible thing, isn't it? The way they're sacking people, and I don't know, it's getting out of hand, I think. And two women take action after quarantine prosecution. That story is two Dublin women were arrested by Garda after they refused to quarantine at a hotel after they returned to Ireland following a holiday in Dubai in 2021. So it's an old case there. So that's there. And government to announce new youth homeless strategy. I was looking at the news there earlier on, and it's just saying social housing will be used for shared accommodation for young people at risk of homeless under a new government strategy to tackle the issue. This is according to Sandra Hurley, a political reporter for RTE, and that's there. And then Blatter admits mistake in awarding Qatar World Cup. He gave the award, it just says here, has admitted it was a mistake toward the 2020 World Cup final. Correct. The Gulf state has been heavily criticised for its human rights record and not recognising same-sex marriage or civil partnership. To build up for a tournament which starts later in the month has been marred by allegations that migrant workers in Qatar were poorly treated. So that says a lot there from Platter. So polls begin to close in high-stakes U.S. midterm election. That's more about the election there that's in America. And let's not waste a second more. Taoiseach at COP, as I'm saying here, he was talking about the environment and what we have to do to get it right. That's what he was saying in his speech. And then Shane McGowan launches new book of art and lyrics. That story illustrated self-portraits, drawings, and school essays, as well as unpublished and unseen handwritten lyrics by Shane McGowan, have been published in a new limited edition book, The Eternal Buzz and Crock of Gold. Family, friends, and fans of songwriting and family pub were at the Peak Park Cafe in Tuesday night to launch the volume, and that's there. And I think there was other guests, Louis Walsh, I think it shows you, and Patrick Pagan, they were at the award as well. And Dominic West hopes public give King Charles a chance. That's gone to Dominic West. Dominic West says he hopes the public gives Charles the chance, the benefit of the doubt in his fifth season of the Crown, as he's saying that starts soon. So I'm sure you'll be looking forward to that, the new season of the Crown. And then it just says more Harry Potter and Carry On. Star Leslie Phillip dies. He's a great age. He was the star in Carry On. He was in the black and white films and Carry On. I'm sure what Carry On film he was in. He was in a very backdated one. Carry On in the earlier one, and he was in Harry Potter as well. Harry Potter and the Chambers of Secrets and the Deadly Hallows Part Two. So that's sad. That was sad. And could insects be good for the planet? That's what saying. Could eating insects be good for the planet? And Mary Robinson, Europe must adapt to clean energy saving. So that's the RTE news there. So I just thought I'd go through that, the RTE news. And then the Irish Independent news. I'm just going to give you a quick podcast here today. Meta will begin laying off employees from Wednesday morning, Mark Zuckerberg reportedly tells executives. So that's more about that story there on the front page of the Irish Independent. And then Ryanair website and apps temporarily down for 11 hours. Imagine it was down, the website for booking a flight, was down for 11 hours. It's a long time, isn't it? And one man charged and another released are both arrested following gun sieges in Dublin. And then more about Shane McGowan's book in the paper. And then it says the OnlyFans blackmailed three men demanding 10,000 from teenager girl over explicit photos. That's another story. It was on there early on. And then millionaire businessman jailed for 3 years for unprovoked assault on neighbour 10 years ago. And then Lewis Fitzgerald loses bid to avoid 400 tax bill. And then Ryanair chief Michael O'Leary renames Cheltenham race to rerun in memory of Jack de Bromhead, son of Harry Train. So that's a nice thing there. It's a nice gesture. So, and then video shows leopard attack causing panic in India village. So that's the Irish thing. That's I didn't go through the sport now. On the Irish Independent, the news on the sports. Southampton owners in advance talks to buy stake at Shelbourne. It's the exclusive there so far. And then prop Cian Healy has no interest in reaching top of the charts as he closes in on Ireland's record. And I will be giving that one a miss. Katie McCabe to avoid Qatar World Cup as she urges players to take a stand. And Roy Keane is a ticketer, self-defeating, and he can listen Corkman back into return to management. So Graham Roundtree insists Munster's round to go for sold-out Páirc Uí Chaoimh clash with South Africa. And Ryan's McLean on emotional of becoming a world championship, making James Nesbitt proud and his ambition to meet Rory McIlroy. And then more about Martin O'Neill. I was treated as an outsider as my Ireland's boss. Figure you hate, so Martin O'Neill says that. So that's the main news there. And then the entertainment news on that. It's like a dirty laundry. Shane goes in search of a new crock of gold as he launches art book. There's more about that on the entertainment page. And Bob Dylan must be 3 miles north of Pockley, but won't be seeing Elvis soon. So that's according to that. And then Matt Hancock to enter I'm a Celebrity Jungle tonight. I didn't look at it now, so I don't know, Joe. Moncrief still has the power to stay, to slap us with something new, according to this. And it's a good film out there, Living, movie review, Bill Knightley. He suppresses his trademark charm and wished in one of the best films of the year. This film is heavily, it's really gets great reviews. He's playing an old man in it. Well, he's middle aged and a very posh man, so it looks good. The trailer looks good, so I'd recommend that. So that's just now. I'm well into the podcast, so I was going to go through the RTE sports section on this. I didn't go through that yet. Uh, so it just says here calls to help with temporary rebuild, give butterflies, and Healy. I don't have a medal for a ranking, so and then More about Bladder there, and Jones, England will take risk with Lewis health, and that's the latest there on the sports. And Qatar World Cup ambassador makes anti-gay comments. According to that, I saw that earlier on the news. That was on the news. And then more Damien Duff and Rory Higgins. That's ahead of the FA Cup final in Dublin. There, it's on Sunday, I think. So that's the preview there on the thing. And then the business news. Let's just go through the business here. Just said more about Meta there. Facebook set to lay off people. And Fiat Chrysler and Ireland win EU taxing ruling appeals. And Ulster Bank to start freezing accounts from Friday, according to what it's saying on that. And then energy crisis, Eurozone investor moral up for first time since August. And ECB to continue raise rates even in economical suffers. So that's that. So that's that wrapped up anyway. And then it just says on the Irish Time, COP27, up to 2,000 needed to help poor countries weather climate emergency report warns. I think it's 2 trillion or 2 TN, whatever that is. So that's that. And two women who've used the total quarantine after Dubai RIP try to halt prosecutions. So that's on the front page of the Irish Times, and there's a good bit of reading on it. And dual citizen Frank Nally on Larry David and the Irish dueling code. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm sure it's Biden and Trump appeal to fair in final midterm rallies. This man is losing his marbles. He thinks he's going to get in, and it looks that way. He's going to get in again. The people are fools. So saying there, if they vote for him again, I don't know. It's like I don't know what to make of the whole system in America. It seems to be out of touch, and so it just says more about polls close. According to Sky News, there polls close in key battlegrounds races. Trump message biggest issue for voters revealed midterms latest, and three possible scenarios as America's vote, not just for the US but for the world. It could be doomsday, as I was saying there. If that man is voted in again as Trump, it could be doomsday. Everything will be reversed, all the decisions. So just think I warned people before about him when he got in the last time, and it's going to be the same. They're just going to repeat themselves. So that's all I can say in the matter. So, and there's more about Gavin Williams quits after former complaint over slit your throat remark, and that's there. And warts and all, Matt Hancock said viewers will see real me as I'm the celebrity. So let me see, I'm 13 minutes into this podcast, and I'll just go now to the Coming Soon website just to finish my podcast here now. Coming Soon here. Uh, so that's about all now I can go through. Let me see, there might be more news on the Coming Soon website. Just as there's an article there about Stephen Martin, the best Stephen Martin comedy movies. And now I don't know what uh, what it says about it there. It just says iconic roles as the best performance. Steve Martin is a comical genius. I've long admired him, the man for the wit, charm, and incredible. Only Murders in the Building, which is his new drama on Netflix, an evening you will forget for the rest of your life. With short, Martin has remained powerful force in Hollywood. Many of the youngest may not hip him for Martin's charm, so assemble the essential movies. So they have put a trailer, LA Story, which was Steve Martin was in, and Three Amigos is up there as well in 1986. That's up there, trailer. And oh, Roger Cobb in All of Me, 1984, earlier one. Planes, Trains, Automobiles, 1987. So there's articles there. And Parenthood, there was another great film there. So it just gives you an article there basically about Stephen Martin, which is a good article. It's on the Coming Soon website. So if you just want to look through that. And then Indiana Jones Disney serial eyed for the development. According to that, more about serious there, so I'm not sure what it says there. The report notes that both Disney and Lucasfilm have been bringing up the possibility of creating a show for Disney in the world of Indiana Jones. While nothing is fully confirmed of now, the company is looking for a writer to come to help and develop the project, meaning there's no plot information or even tiny hints what the project might. The idea of the new Indiana Jones project for Disney comes as Indiana Jones is set to release in 2023. The film will mark the final time, and the actor Harrison Ford appears as Cadus, so it's not entirely too surprised that Disney will look to keep the franchise going without Ford. However, this is the first time that Indiana Jones has had a television series. So it says more. So I'm giving you a good bit of news of coming soon here today. Just says there. So that there. And Keanu Reeves, Ian Williams joined Wick spin-off movies, according to that. Jodie Foster led True Detective season 4 thing. So there's no news on camera work or anything, but I get updates on cameras and the latest cameras there coming to my thing. So it's interesting to see that. So I just thought I'd end my podcast then with a bit of entertainment news, and which I don't normally do. So I hope you enjoyed my podcast today, and I'll be back with another rendition, another episode of Great People News, which will be coming up. I'll be giving you the local details of the local area, and I hope you enjoy it. So thanks very much for listening to my podcast today, and goodbye. Thanks. Local Live Show. Thanks for listening, and join me again.